Real talk, the Metaphor Messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave, and yes, I hit the wrong button on my intro. It's because there's a lot of stuff going on in my mind. Of course, we just got done watching Tommy C's latest live stream on Lacey Green and a whole bunch of other stuff. A topic I will not be talking about, mainly because I don't care. I just have a thing where I don't give a shit about politics unless the politics come to me and affect me or affect the people that are around me in a real, actual, tangible way. Other than that, I just kind of base things off of however I perceive them to be at the time, regardless of what the political ideology may or may not be. Now, that being said, there is something we do got to talk about, because at the end of Tommy C's stream, he alluded to the fact that I would be responding to something that he will be putting out momentarily. And this is true, but it's not something that I didn't know he was saying. In fact, I'm very well aware of what he's about to put out, because it's something that I've already said live multiple times. In fact, I said it on the last GlitchxCity Live. I've said it on my show multiple times. Now, let me just go ahead and throw this out right now. If you do not know, earlier in the day, Killer Keemstar put out on Twitter basically this: fine clown, I will come on GlitchxCity, but I have conditions and they will be met or I will not come on. Blah, blah. To which I say, fuck you, because as I've already stated, I don't want Keem on GlitchxCity. I will go with it if the vote were to be against me and the rest of the team voted to have him on, but I do not want Keem on for a myriad of reasons. I have said this many times. I've talked about this at length on this channel before, so it's not something that I have any problem saying again, and I am going to back up everything that Tommy is about to put out in his Twitter video. Why? Because I'm actually the one who talked Tommy into it, in a sense, because he was kind of against the way I was going at it at first. Then we got proven right by another fucking Keemstar tangent. You see, Keemstar has already, and Jeff Huffman says, I can't see Keem's tweets. Yeah, blocked, bitch. A lot of people. Core Master donated $1. Tommy C sent me, hope it starts off with a strong stream. It is, my friend. Thank you for being here. Keemstar was supposed to come on and have a debate with Tommy not that long ago. I was going to be there. I was going to moderate, and then Keem kind of fucking trolled the whole thing and all this blah, 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 blah. Ever since he did that, my trust is gone in the entire situation. Completely gone. I don't have a trust in him to release the audio. I don't have a trust in him to even show up. I'm tired of playing the same game with Tweet. It's exactly with Keem. This is exactly why I did this about 2 weeks ago. Delete, obsolete. Because that's what he is to me. This situation is obsolete. It's ridiculous to continue to go in this fucking circle. So here's my counter to his conditions, whatever they may be. I have conditions. My first condition is you don't get any fucking conditions. Zero. You get none. No conditions. And here's fucking why. Because we don't need Keemstar on GlitchxCity. One of the beautiful things about GlitchxCity is the fact that it is Keem free, and we basically buried all debated stuff in the first episode or two. We do a different thing. I don't want to be tied to Keemstar forever. Believe it or not, I actually don't like being a part of all of this shit. It's unsavory to me. It doesn't do much for me. It doesn't get my dick hard. It's frivolous. It's completely circular, and it's boring. It's not fun to hear a fucking man-child scream. Unless it's Tommy, because at least he makes some points when he does it from time to time. Keem just goes circular. Or he goes ab hominem, because that's all he can do. He can't take criticism. He doesn't want to have an actual podcast. He doesn't want to have a debate. I will have him on this show. Tommy will have him on Tommy's show if Keem would ever show up. We would even be open to having him on GlitchxCity Live, but I will not, and I repeat, not be open to having him on a podcast. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to release the audio. I don't trust him to be anything but a screaming fucking guy. What would be the point? I think we're tired of this at this point. I think it makes no sense to continue this situation. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's a dead meme. This is what eventually happens to everything with Keemstar. It becomes a meme and then it dies. It's a dead meme. It's over. It truly is this. Delete. 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 Obsolete. Which is a dead meme in and of itself. Which is why I thought it was appropriate to use it in my new ideas of Killer Keemstar. Because that's how I have to deal with him. Because there is no dealing with him rationally. Jesus Christ, I have on multiple occasions tried to give him the benefit of the doubt in logic. I've used words to try to fucking actually talk to him through Twitter videos. And I get fucking nonsense back. For I have no idea why. He says that I don't matter. He says that we're peasants. Then why the fuck does he care so much? Why? Now I understand Colossal wants Keem on. And maybe he sees some benefit in having Keem on. But I don't. And I'll tell you why. Because any small bump we might get from having Keem on, we might get a little bit of a sub jump, and I'm not even sure on that. We'll definitely get a view jump because people want to see the arguing. But I think people want to always see the arguing of of Keem and Colossal, not Tommy and Keem, which is what it would be, or me and Keem, which is what it would be. They don't want to see that. They want to see Clown and Keem, and they have already agreed to potentially do another show together to have that. Clown goes back on Baited, so they can have that. And it's completely fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. I love ColossalisCrazy. I trust ColossalisCrazy. I consider him a friend. And he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Would I like to do more Catch 33? Absolutely. But guess what? We already got another episode in the can. So we're going on that route. So I don't care. Clown can do whatever he likes. It does not bother me one iota. I trust Clown. I don't trust Keem, and that's my problem. I also don't want to be tied to Keem for the rest of Catch 33's existence. I just don't. We get any sort of bump, we're going to get the cancer that goes along with that bump. There is no win for Catch 33. Either we're pussies for not having him on, or we're sellouts and proving him right by trying to fame seek by having him on. And believe me, he will hold that over our heads for the rest of our fucking lives. If we get big after that episode, it'll be because he was on. That's why I don't want him there. There's no need to have him there. I think people have come to Catch 33, the people who love the show, because we are an alternative, because we are different. And we show that we can be every type of show that you want. Colossal and I went at it on the last episode, and I guarantee you we will again. We will again. Tommy and I fight like cats and dogs all the fucking time. I guarantee you that will come out on the show eventually. Vega might slaughter all of us because he's the only actual badass in the bunch. Catch 33 has so much fucking potential. And I think if we can just fix a few things with scheduling, which is unfixable because people have fucking lives. It's just how it is. I truly believe that Catch 33 is the best podcast on the platform today. And it's only going to get better. And I don't think we need Keem for that. We don't need that shit. We don't need that cancer, and we don't need that label. So I am vehemently against it. But as I said, when I said this to everybody else, I put it in the Catch 33 chat before. I said it live on this show with Vega. I believe I said it on the last Catch 33 live, but I could be mistaken on that. I will go with the group. If the group votes against me, then I'm okay with it. I'll be a big boy. I'll go. I don't care. I'm fine because I don't fear this guy. I don't care. But I also don't see an inherent fucking value in having him on. I see an albatross. I see a weight. I see obsolete. That's all I see. Because nothing actually matters when you're dealing with a guy like this for as long as we have been. It's ridiculous. So I'm tired of it. So that's my response to the entire thing. And as you notice, I'm not even putting him in the title of this. I don't want to make money off of his name if I don't have to. If the motherfucker would ever keep my name or any of our names out of his mouth, this would all fucking go away. The fact is we're in the same community. So if stories break on each other, we got to talk about each other. If Keem fucks up a story, we got to talk about Keem. If Tommy fucks up something, or if Clown fucks up something, or somebody does something wrong, Keem's going to fucking report on that for Drama Alert. And that's completely understandable. That's okay. Jokes will continue to be made. Deletion will continue to be made.
Delete.
Right, enough of that. Tommy will continue to take shots. That's just how things are going to go. It doesn't mean that we have to continue to go around the same patterns. It certainly doesn't mean that we have to have a program that doesn't need. Now, I think I've said enough where I'm starting to repeat myself. So that's my thoughts on it. Now I would like to go into other stuff. Now I'd like to talk about something else, something a little bit more positive. So I'm sure some of you are going to leave now because now this no longer has anything to do with Killer Keemstar. But we got a lot to talk about in this show. We got a couple of interesting stories. Then we're going to get right to callers, right to you guys, see what you guys have, which I'm sure everybody's going to have an opinion on what I just said. And that's completely fine. I have no problem with you guys calling in and talking about that. Just wait until I'm ready, please. We'll take calls on Skype. We'll take calls in Discord. You can jump into my Discord, go into wait and call, and I will take your call. But before that, I want to talk about something I did yesterday, an interview I did, which I don't do a lot of these, mainly because of scheduling. And I did this fantastic interview with Pesky Podcast. The Pesky Podcast boys, the bear himself, Ken Dog, and Skunk, that autistic fuck. Skunk. Ah, my God. Of course, this is the show that is kind of fronted creatively by the one, the only, the ravishing Captain Kirsch. D-Rock donated $1. Drop a like, suckers. I believe that gets us another pack of Pokemon cards too, if I'm counting correctly. I think I got to tally another pack of Pokemon card openings for tomorrow. Yeah. All right. So I did this interview with the Pesky Podcast boys, and it's the best interview I've ever given. They did a great job. They basically just let me talk. You know, we talked for an hour and 45 minutes, man. We talk about a lot of things. I bring this very thing up. As a matter of fact, I think I even talked about this, about how I don't want Keem to be tied to Catch 33 forever. I know he really does have autism. That's why I called him autistic fuck there, Ken Dog. That's why I called him that, because he has it. If I wouldn't have been, if he didn't, then I'd be lying. Then I'd be slandering him. No, he's an autistic fuck. He is. I want to talk about this because it's absolutely hysterical. So the whole time, these guys are the most unorganized motherfuckers. I don't know how they get anything done. It's unbelievable. But they set a time, and time gets messed around a little bit throughout the day. I forgot that it was even happening, but I forgot like with 7 hours to spare. So I got reminded, and I was there. I was ready to go. So we're about to fucking go. And then Skunk, this son of a bitch, goes, hey, I'll be there in 45 minutes. I'm watching, what the hell was he watching? Fucking Riverwood, some shit, Riverview, Rivercrest, some goddamn mongoloid cartoon. I have no fucking idea. So he wants to put us all on goddamn hold for 45 minutes so he can watch a goddamn cartoon. Unbelievable. So that was the first thing. I was like, Jesus Christ. So he ends up showing up because I'm like, fuck you guys. I got stuff to do. I got a kid. I got things. I'm dead on Dave. Fuck you. You know? So they get in there and we have this incredible interview. It was really good. I mean, these guys are, if you've listened to them before, you know that these guys are good. They're very funny. They go at each other. They have interesting backgrounds. Two of them have been tied to Keeman before. Skunk is the editor. He does a lot of good stuff. Yes, he's a little bit of an albatross himself, but he's a good guy. I really do like him. Riverdale. Thank you, Riverdale. Jeez, Mongoloid town. I don't give a fuck. So, so they go ahead and all this stuff happens. We get through the interview. My internet is awful, which is well documented on this channel. It's fucking AIDS. And I've told my daughter she cannot go on the internet when I'm doing podcasts, broadcasts, interviews, because it tanks everything. If she sends out a tweet on Twitter, my shit drops. I don't know what's wrong. My wife won't let me touch all the router stuff, even though that's what I did in the fucking army, but she thinks she knows. So I'm just going to let it continue to be shit because she won't let me fuck with anything. But I think it's just because of the internet anyway. So she goes on and does a tweet in the middle of the show, and it basically glitches out everything. I knew it when it happened that it was going to be bad. It was going to be awful. I knew it. I felt it. At the end of it, I go to export my audio clip, which is it's a gig. It's a gig fucking file because we talked for damn near 2 hours. And Audacity tanks a shit. Audacity just dumps and says, "Eat my copious cock, you cunt." And it just completely drops out. So I lost it. I lost the entire file. So I start like apologizing profusely. I'm like, "You guys, I'm so sorry. I'll suck your dick. You guys can come. I'll give you a whole episode." I never said that to him, but that's my intention. I was going to give him a whole episode. I was going to let him come on here and just basically take over, which I've done before with other people. The big girls did it. Detective Deckard did it. Pip Lad did it. I want to do more of these invasions in the future. So I was going to give them an invasion episode. So I'm like feeling like shit because I think we did get a really good interview. I think they can make 2 episodes out of this interview. I don't think they should release it in an hour and 45. It's just too long. I think split it in half and do part 1, part 2. It's the best way to go because we touch on a lot of things. There's a lot of discussion in this. So I'm having other issues with my computer at this time. I can't watch any media files, which I've been having this problem for a little while now. My computer's kind of starting to fuck with me the last week. So I restart the computer and magically there's the file on my desktop. No idea how it happened. There's the file sitting on my desktop. So I'm like, okay, guys, we're good. So Skunk has the file and everything is good. And Skunk, the funniest part about this, the best part about this is when I was telling them that I lost the audio file, Skunk goes, because he doesn't want to work ever. He's the editor. He's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's probably we'll just record it. We'll re-record it. He was trying to stop the episode a couple of times because he wanted it to be done in about 45 minutes or an hour because he doesn't want to have to listen to an hour and 45 4 times. So now he has to do it, which is my favorite part, man. That he has to go and he's got to listen to 10 hours of audio just to edit the fucker. Riverdale, bitch. Enjoy your fucking Riverdale, you fuck. How dare you make Dead on Dave wait. What's the matter with you? So it was great. It was a lot of fun. And those guys are awesome. And I hope more people check them out because I was a little bit surprised to find out that they're still barely at 100 subs. These guys are great. They're a good podcast because they're actually a podcast. They're differing opinions who come together and don't kill each other. They don't scream over each other. They can get contentious, but they're a very good podcast. And Captain Kirsch does great animation, not quite Catch 33 level, but it's pretty damn sweet. It's crisp, and you're going to see Dead on Dave in this wonderful new character, maybe even a caricature of a character. It's going to be great. So it's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it releasing, and I hope you guys check them out. I think Billy the Fridge is in the chat. I don't know if that's the real Billy the Fridge or not, but what's up, Billy? How you doing, buddy? Did you catch me in Pokemon yet? I'm at 230 Pokemon in my Pokedex in Pokemon Go. Did you catch me yet? Or are we still like choking on my farts? Might be, but I think you're higher than me in level, so that sucks. Billy the Fridge, probably the most decent guy on the entire platform. Like legit. What an awesome dude. Talk to me just out of the blue, just randomly every now and then, like just comments on a Pokemon Go tweet that I'll do. What a good guy. What an awesome fucking guy. So cool to have him in the chat. What's going on, Billy? All right, let's get into it, man. We're done with all the stuff. We got the Keem stuff, the rest. We got the Pesky boys. Good. Maybe they'll even call in at some point. Let's get to your calls. Let's go into Skype and into Discord. We're going to start in Discord and then go to Skype. Let's see who's there. Let's start with Captain Kirsch, the creative driving force behind the Pesky podcast. What's going on there, Captain Kirsch?
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm fantastic. Shit, Billy's at 231. Fucking shit, Billy. God damn it. I'm trying to get a Houndour right now. I'm going to catch your ass, man. Fuck, this is bullshit. Okay. What's up, Captain Kirsch? What can I do you for?
I just wanted to say hi, since you're going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm almost done with your character. You're looking good.
Did you get me looking good? Am I ripped?
Yes and no.
How big is my dong? Is it a big dong or what'd you do?
Oh, there is no dong.
Okay, but I mean, like, I'm assuming that in your private time that you did create the dong because, I mean, how could you not? So when you created it in your spare time, how big was the dong? I need to know. It's important.
It's gigantic.
Fucking A right, Captain Kirsch. This is why you're the best in the business. This is why you're the best in the business.
Thank you. Now I'm actually making a whole new animation for your episode.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so all the characters are going to be redrawn.
Awesome.
All the backgrounds are new. I built a 3D environment that I'm going to put you guys in. So
that's awesome.
you're going to have your own special thing.
I like that. I like that. Get some special. Finally, somebody recognizes the star power that is. No, I'm in a basement. What the fuck? Come on. No, I appreciate that, Captain K. I don't know why I'm a little arrogant tonight, but I do appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Let's bring in one of your boys. I see one of your boys in here. Let's bring him in here real quick because I know you gotta go to work or something. But let me bring.
I wanted to go to the gym.
Oh, you gotta get in that game. The bear himself. Hey. Yes. Now I can hear you. I couldn't hear you yesterday.
What's up? I'm really good actually. I just thought I'd drop in. Yeah, it's only right that one of us at least come. Ken will probably be in later. Skunk will probably not be in.
No, because he's probably watching Riverdale.
TV.
Yeah,
Skunk, yeah.
Masturbating with like a fucking oven mitt or something. I don't know what moms do, man. They do weird shit.
He's a gentle soul. We love him.
Yeah, he was good. You guys were all good, man. You guys treated me really well, and you were awesome to me on that. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
I'm excited to hear.
Trying to be as professional as possible. But we're just kids, at the same time.
Ken Dog says, "Dead Dong Dave." Give me that dong.
They actually prepared for this episode for once, because usually they don't know what they're going to talk about and everything is a mess and they yell at each other in the Twitter chat that we have for like hours before, and it takes like half a day to coordinate at what time they're going to record. That's usually how it goes.
It's like herding cats. It's like herding.
But to be fair, most of the people we've had on beforehand, we've known. Like Quag Daddy, we had on. We knew beforehand, so we kind of knew, what about him and stuff like that. We talk to him regularly. Obviously, we don't talk to you as regularly as not only we'd like to, but as we should.
I'm just a tweet away, baby boy. I'm just a tweet the fuck away.
And I'm always in your DMs. But
yeah, you are.
We obviously had to do our research a little bit.
And you did. You didn't seem to be able to get to all the questions that you had, but we talked for a long time, and you guys, I was impressed. You guys did a good job. You seemed ready to be there. You had questions lined up. We derailed a little bit because we talked about a lot of things, but I was very impressed because I've done a hell of a lot worse than that. Let me tell you.
I feel like they were relevant things though. Like they weren't like crazy things, like just going completely off topic about conspiracy theories or something like that. It was to do with the community, so I can see why we would go off a little bit.
No, it was great, man. I really appreciate it. It was very nice of you guys to have me on, and I hope that people watch it, and I hope that you guys get some more subscribers, because I do think you guys are a very good podcast, up and coming. You're a little rough around the edges, but who the fuck isn't? And you guys are only going to get better, and you got a fantastic coordinator there leading your charge, and Captain Kirsch, man. You guys are very lucky to have her.
Yeah, we've literally started calling her mum because she's literally the coordinator behind the fucking podcast. And she's only like 23. So.
After seeing how
I'm 27.
She's 27. Oh, shit. You fucked that up. She looks 23 though, so that's okay.
Yeah,
I know. I'm in love with her. I'm in love with her completely. It's bad. It's not good. It's like getting unhealthy. I've made a macaroni sculpture. I made a sculpture out of macaroni. It's sick. My wife.
If you need her to paint it, then she's only a call away.
My wife is getting very concerned, but she still ate the macaroni, so I don't know what to do with that. It was very it was mixed signals. I'm not sure if she's into it. She might be into it. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Another lady in the bedroom.
You just made Captain Kirsch throw up in her mouth. You just made Captain Kirsch throw up right in her mouth. Why would you do that to her? Why would you do that?
If you read our Twitter chat, you would know that she's pretty much fucking sick all the time.
I'm sure.
Oh, hell yeah. It's crazy in there. Usually I'll come in there and somebody will be like, it wasn't me. I didn't start it. It was, whoever is online at that moment.
We have this, to explain it, we have this joke in the Twitter chat where if we're arguing, Kirsch will see Kirsch's name, she'll see the tweet. And then one of us will just go, it wasn't me, it was Ken, it was Ken.
Oh,
Ken would most likely get the blame for most of the stuff, even though it is usually him.
Yeah, I think it's probably fair. Ken seems to be the mischievous one of the bunch there.
He's the youngest, so
I don't know about that, dude.
I
don't
would
know.
blame Skunk, but you can't blame Among. You can only fucking blame Among so much, man. I mean, like, okay, at the end of the day, how much are you gonna blame the Mong? You fucking blame the Mong, and then you're like, now you're a Mong hater. Congratulations. So you can't
To be
blame
fair,
him too much.
I probably caused the most drama out of all of us.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the most
Yeah.
dramatic. Well, not
You
dramatic.
know what? You do seem the most dramatic. No, that's true.
Where is my dressing room? Oh,
But
God.
look, I can't wait for the episode to come out. I can't wait to see what Captain Kirsch does with the whole new background. Can't wait to see how Skunk finds a way to edit all this shit together. So,
I'm glad that you found the audio because he deserves to suffer for this episode.
I'm pretty happy about that. That he has to suffer. It makes my nipples hard. It really does. It's fantastic.
Fuck's sake, babe.
So-
Knowing him, he's gonna put it in one episode.
It really does.
And
Need,
then
it needs to be two.
Cut it in half. It
You
does,
gotta
yeah.
cut this in half. For one, stretch it out. I mean, like, it just makes more sense. I don't know how much my name is. Look, I'm nothing. I don't know how much my name is going to bring views in. I think you'll probably get a few hundred more than you usually get. That'd be great. So that would be awesome. And I think if you can stretch that over 2 episodes, you might as well do that. It's almost 2 hours of content. Don't blow it all in one load because no one wants to listen to an hour and 45 minutes anyway. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
definitely cut it in half.
I mean, yeah, we were talking, and when we got Vega on for the first time, we were like, Vega, and we was like, Dave's supposed to come on at some point. We might as well try and get the whole fucking team on, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like the whole catchphrase, because obviously we look up to you as
Come on.
an influence, you know, for a good podcast. 'cause
The other two might be above your pay. You might not be able to afford them. They might be above your pay grade. I don't know.
I don't want to spoil the podcast, but I said that on there. I was like, well, we could probably maybe get Tommy on if Dave talks to him. We'll probably have to find some money for Clown or something like
You
that.
know, the funny thing is, Clown probably would do it because he does everything. You know, he would do it at some point, I'm
He's a
sure.
good
But he
guy,
has
yeah,
no
I've noticed.
time now. Like now,
Yeah.
he's got so much going on. So you can wait around, but you know, solar eclipse might happen first, buddy. Never fucking know.
Sure.
Well, we might get lucky one day.
Never know.
Yeah.
If anybody can make it happen, it's you, Captain Kirsch. You have a very, very persuasive nature about you. So I think you're good.
Do
Well,
I?
Yeah. We like to do follow-up episodes anyway, so maybe one day, you know, if we do like a reboot, we could, well, not a reboot, but like a return episode, you could come back on.
I'll tell you what. After the episode releases, I'll have the entire team on here, and we'll talk about it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yep.
Like
Sound good?
an after party, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a little after party.
Yeah. We slagged on Baited pretty hard, didn't we?
A little bit.
a
bit.
little bit.
I think
mainly-
I think I was relatively fair, but a lot of the things that I just said at the beginning of this show is I said them yesterday on your show. So
Yeah, obviously, fair enough. Like, you didn't like 100% fucking
no,
slack.
I think I'm fair with them, and I do like most of the people on Baited. It's just I have one major fucking
God.
problem, and we already we
Tommy's-
covered that at fucking length, so it's no problem. All right, guys,
Tommy
let
just
me.
released a Twitter video, man.
Yeah, he released a Twitter video, which I already kind of let everybody know what that Twitter video is going to be because
No, 1 minute ago, yeah. Fuck. Oh,
yeah, he's basically said the exact same thing that I just said a few minutes ago. Tommy
he
doesn't want
not
Keem
supposed
on,
to
and
be on?
neither do I.
was he not supposed to be on here? Like now?
Who?
Your tweet earlier, you said you and Tommy would be doing this.
No, not Tommy. I never said Tommy. I said I'm going on after Tommy.
Oh
God, you got a podcast full of mongs over there, and I can't even fucking read. Jesus Christ.
We need to rename ourselves the Mongs or something like
Yes,
I think you do.
that. The Mongy podcast or something like that.
The confused fairies.
Yeah.
the confused fairies. I think that's right. They are fairies. The confused fairies.
Fairies.
Well, we can't be that
yeah,
mongish, Kirch, because we convinced you to, join our team. So
That's right.
we're Mongs, you're Mongs. So
Well, guys, look, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to try to get some other colors because I'm sure a lot of people want to talk about the things I said
All right, man.
earlier. But make sure you guys go check out the Pesky podcast. Even without me, they're fantastic. They did a great job. And then when my episode comes out, absolutely go watch that and masturbate to my beautiful, beautiful voice. All right?
Thank you,
Thanks,
Dave.
Dave.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys. Talk to you later.
All right, man. See you later.
I'm pretty sure Bear just said thanks, babe. I think he said thanks, babe. It sounded like thanks, babe. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take another caller. I don't know this one. Eddie, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hello.
Hello, Eddie. How you doing there, lovely boy?
I'm doing well, thanks.
All right. What do you got for me?
Well, this is my first time even watching you, so I'm not
Okay.
sure. What should I be talking about?
Whatever comes into that beautiful little mind of yours, man. Whatever you got, dude. Well, here's what we'll do. This is we I don't know if you watched the beginning of the show, but I talked about a few things. If you want to talk about those things, feel free to do so. If not, if you got another topic, whatever it be, wrestling, life, masturbation, whatever, I don't give a shit. Talk about whatever you like. Go back into the waiting to call, think about it. I'll take a couple more callers and I'll bring you back up. Sound good?
Okay.
Sweet. All right, talk to you in a few. He is not going to have anything when I bring him back in. He's not going to have a thing. Does anyone else feel that? I feel it. Let's go to Skype. Let's see what Skype has to say. We like going to Skype every now and then. I still pay for the number, so I might as fucking well. 917, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, what's up, Dave? I'm sorry, I'm just recovering from that last caller. Hey, I just wanted to say one thing. I just wanted to take credit for Dead Dong Dave.
That was pretty beautiful. Is this Ken?
No, Ken, he seems like an awesome dude, and he
ripped you off. He ripped you off.
Well,
he ripped it off. No, it's okay. Call him out. He fucked it. He fucking stole it from you. Fuck that guy. No. He's a thief. He's a thief. A thief confirmed.
Yeah,
Fuck him.
Ken.
Fuck him.
But yeah, just wanted to claim that because I think that was a good one.
Dead Dong Dave not
also,
only is it brilliant, but it's
one.
alliteration. It's alliteration, and I appreciate good alliteration. So good job.
See, I knew you would. There was another one. I forgot. It was one of the Catch 33. I think it was the live podcast, and I thought of one, and I commented on the YouTube. I wrote Dead Leg Dave. I don't know if you caught that one.
No, I did, and it hurt my feelings.
It was
a
reference to something you guys did.
Yeah, it hurts my feelings.
But
it was very hurtful. You're a very hurtful human being.
Awesome, Dave. By the way, my name is Dave too. So.
Oh, well, you know what? We're kindred. That's awesome. All right. There's not a lot of Daves I don't like. So be a good Dave. Don't be a bad Dave. All right, buddy?
Awesome, man. You too, dude.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks for the call. Good stuff. We're rolling right along. We got some good callers. It's good stuff. We'll keep it going. Let's see who's up in the chat. We're ready to tickle my ear vagina. Super Tobes. See, I can say your name right, yet you still go suck Tommy's dick every show, and then you bring me fucking Liberal Land every show. But I say your name right. You bring me Liberal Land every goddamn show. We go to Liberal Land.
I brought Liberal Land. I bring Liberal Land to Tommy every time he's in the voice chat.
Yeah, that's true. What's up, buddy? What do you got for me?
Well, I was just playing some of that new Injustice 2, and I was wondering if you're going to buy that game.
Injustice? No, probably not. Not really my style. I'm not playing anything but friggin' Pokemon at the time. It's like all I got on my mind. It's yeah. No, I even gave my PS4 to my daughter. I'm not even playing my PS4 anymore. I haven't logged into Steam in months. It's so weird, man.
What's so great about Pokemon?
What's not? See, now I am rethinking our entire friendship right now. Because how you can ask
I never got it. I never got it.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing it's a beautiful tale of 10-year-olds being sent out of their houses by their parents into the world with no money, barely any supplies, to enslave monsters and force them to battle against one another for some weird reason and things. And there's bad guys who are not exactly bad, but they're kind of bad. And they also enslave it's fantastic. It's a coming of age story. It's our Stand By Me. That's what it is, Super Toads. It's our Stand By Me with monsters. It's fantastic.
That's an insult. That is
whoa. Whoa. You need to calm that down. I need you to pump the brakes a little bit. Think about your life choices, all right?
All right.
You got anything else for me, Mr. Tobes?
Nothing really. I just really enjoy talking to you, Dave. I really hope you don't get tired of me.
Yes, I'm so tired of you that I continue to bring you into my fucking show every day because I hate you. and I want you to get fucking gonorrhea, and I want your down
Well,
to
every
fall
time,
off.
well, every time I'm on here, you complain about me being a liberal. So,
Well,
you know.
don't be liberal then. I mean, it's not my fault you're a liberal. It's just like, I don't know. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know for a long time, right? Because you didn't really, and then the Colbert thing happened, and I was like, oh, well, you listen to this shit. It's like, but I have no different opinion of you because of it. I'm okay with your political ideology. I don't have to agree with it to think you're a good guy. You don't try to shove it down my throat. You did try to trap me yesterday in a private call, but that's okay because I owned your face.
What do you mean trap you?
Oh, you
What
totally
do you
trapped me
mean
with that Wonder
trap
Woman thing. You know what you were doing, you
not,
liberal fuck.
oh my God.
You totally
no, I was trying to have a conversation. I swear to God.
It felt very baity. It felt very baity. Like, here, take
I
this.
wasn't trying to bait you. I really just wanted to know your opinion on the entire
And then you took the
situation.
opposite side. Like,
I'm not taking the opposite side. I'm saying
you did. You totally did.
I'm having a discussion. Like I'm just trying to understand.
All right, DeFranco. I got you. I got you, Philly dude. I got you, Philly dude. No, I make fun of you about the whole liberal land thing, but actually I don't even really see you as a full-blown liberal. I think that you are very straight down the middle and you're at least fair in your political ideology, and I appreciate that. Now, I give you a hard time because I think that we have a friendship where I can do that. But you let me know if I ever step over the line, man, because I never want to oppress your political...
fuck.
Oh, well, fuck. See, now you hurt me.
The line.
You microaggressive fuck. How dare you? You fattest? You fucking fattest. Unbelievable. You oppressor of fat people. I want you to get your dick cut off. I want it off. I want it off.
You sound like Glacier Green 2 months ago.
Dick off. Dick off. That is a perfect response.
Dick off, Dave. Dick off, Dave.
That's
Dick
right.
off,
All right,
Dave.
Super Toes. I'm going to get some other calls, buddy. You got anything else?
No, thanks, Dave. Good.
All right. Take it easy, buddy. Let's keep it going here. Let's go to... Whoa, Chris Oxenberry giving me the fucking ear rape.
Hello.
Oh my God, dude. What is up?
It's Oxy. How you doing?
How you doing? You have you got voice cancer here. What's going on?
Yeah, you just doxed me on the old internet.
That's the name. Well, it's a little bit. It happens. I saw a name. I use the name. If you don't want that name to be shown, don't use that name. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
That's fair enough. Yes, I don't think that you need Keemstar on your podcast. It's good enough as it is. You've got Clown, you've got Tommy who cackles like a motherfucker. You got like Clown being all posh and that's right. Brilliant. You've got yourself. You're a good guy. You don't need fucking Keem on there. As somebody who's known of Keem for about fucking 12 years from Blog TV days, the guy is a fucking absolute bellend, right? DJ fucking Cumstain. That's what he is.
Even all that was notwithstanding, I don't give a shit about his past. I don't give a shit about that. Most of his past. His recent history is what I care about and what I think he's trying to do.
Dave, the man was I don't need it. He was a debt collector. Why do you need a debt collector?
I don't give a fuck where he came from. I don't give a shit about that.
You know what I mean? He don't remember where he comes from, man.
No, none of that means anything to me. All I care about is what his motivations are and if I can trust him and if I feel we actually need him. It's a no-win situation, like I said. If we have him on, we sold out and we're using his name for fame. We're sucking the fucking Keemstar dick, and believe me, he will never let anybody forget about it. And it will be a train wreck. It will be a yell over each other train wreck. It will, definitely. Which is not what Catch 33 is. We can get a little contentious, but we don't scream over each other and we don't disrespect one another. We talk. And I think we do a good job of it.
It's a brilliant podcast, and it's doing really well, and it's growing, and you know what I mean? Flipping Baited's all right. It is what it is. Andy's fun. You know, there's banter between them. Do you know what I mean? You're two separate entities, man. Flipping both can exist with the other. Do you know what I mean? So it just needs to. It makes sense.
It makes sense for Clown to go to Baited. If he wants to go on Baited every now and then, it makes sense for him to do that. Look, if there is any goddamn proof of what made that show tick, it's every time that Clown goes back, because it's the only time that show's even really fucking listenable, to be completely brutally honest.
Exactly.
So it's a dynamic between Keem and Colossal, but for some reason there is a respect that Keem tends to have for Colossal that he does not have for anybody else. So they are able to go back and forth in this way where he does with other people, but neither one of them gives, so it's entertaining. But he can't achieve that with anybody else because I don't think he has the same respect level for anybody else. He certainly doesn't have that respect for me or Tommy, and he's not going to respect Catch 33. And the fact that he thinks that he's entitled to a million fucking whatchamacallit, conditions for him to even come on. Well, I got news for you, bud. I got the conditions. Here's the thing. I don't trust him to release the fucking audio. So even let's just say that I did get outvoted, which I don't think I am because Tommy agrees with me at the very least. But let's say I did. A condition that I would have to have, and I think that this was completely fair, he would have to put some sort of money, and I don't know how much, into an account controlled by Clown because I want to guarantee that he would release the audio. Because if the conversation doesn't go his way, he will not release that audio. He did it with Baited. He'll do it again. So I want to guarantee that he would release the audio. That's why I want to do it live. He's had an opportunity to come on live. He's had an opportunity to come on. He can call into my show anytime. I will take his fucking call. I will have him on. But I'm a peasant to him.
The thing is, dude, you can just tell that you're not afraid of him, and that's what's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's like... I'm losing my train of thought now because I'm just getting so wound up about it. He just fucking winds me up, the guy does. He's just fucking irritating. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, there's a place for him. There's a place for him. Ask for every seat. There are a lot of people find him entertaining. None of that matters to me. My sole fucking concern is Catch 33. I love this project. I'm grateful to be a part of this project. I think it is the best podcast on the internet right now. I think it is fantastic. If we can get consistent, we will get big. Not little big, big, big. We got a great dynamic, and I
think you're going to grow organically, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to grow, man. Do you know what I mean? So, Catch 33 all the way, man. Absolutely. Did you ever hear Keemstar on Hot Wet Soup?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, it's fucking awful, man. He just fucking belittled them. So, do you know what I mean? You don't need him. Just fucking do what you guys are doing, man. They do what they're doing. Fucking move forward. That's all. That's my last point on the
Much appreciated, brother. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Dave. I'll speak to you soon. You take care, brother.
Sorry for doxing you there, Ox.
No, it's okay. Everybody knows my name, man. I want everybody to know my name.
All right,
Google me.
Take it easy, buddy.
Take care. Bye.
Good stuff. Let's continue on Skype. We'll go back to Discord in just a moment. Big shout out to everybody up in here, the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We got Jade Rabbit, Terry Snow Queen, Pyoxys, Ace Trainer, Liam is here, Rudy Reyes, Sleeping Angels, Pip Scotland, Mid Hick is here, Jessica Evans, Jordan Bryce, Gallery of Suicide. That's a dark name, but I like it. All kinds of people. Huffman's Hangout. Jeff Huffman, he is here. Make sure you're checking him out. All these wonderful human beings. What's going on, guys? Thank you for hanging out. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Want a little gizmo action, or if you want some chat change, give me 100 likes and we'll do something. I want 100. There were more than 100 here before. Hit that like button if you have to do so, and we'll do a little bit of something special for you. How about that, okay? Let's go back to Discord. Go back to Discord. Let's bring in Eddie. Let's see what Eddie's got. All right, Eddie, I think you had plenty of time to prepare properly because, as you know, or maybe you don't know since you've never tuned in, but prior proper planning prevents positively poor performance. So what do you got?
Well, I'm going to share a story about what happened to me when I was really young.
Oh, really? Is it a dark story? I mean, like, do you think this is a good idea? Because okay, quick story, not long story, quick story.
Well, basically, when I was younger, I had a tendency to run away.
Okay.
And well, long story short, I was in my town's local country park, ran away from it, and I ended up in a restaurant, and then there's like family.
You found you found money or honey?
No, a family found me.
Oh, okay.
They rang the police, and they put me into a police car and took me back to the country park where my mum was in.
Well, moral of the story: don't run away. That's I think that's a good moral of the story, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, my mum was not happy with.
I'm sure she wasn't. I would have spanked you. I would have spanked you a lot. I would have made sure that you could not run away because I may have broken a kneecap. That's how I do things. I think if you run away, I can cut your foot off. So don't run away or I'll make sure your parents chop your foot off. Okay?
Okay. But that was years ago. At least 10 years ago.
Okay, well, that's good. All right, Eddie, I appreciate that, man. Here's what I want. Next time you call in, let's do something topical, something that's going on in the YouTube world, anything like that, and we'll have a discussion about something like that. As much as I appreciate a good personal story every now and then, people are like, why did he run away? And it leads to more questions than it actually answers. But still, good bravery for telling the story on the air, and I appreciate your call, buddy, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. All right, good stuff. I see Tommy C up in the chat there. Yeah, I led the show off, Tommy, with with the whole Keemstar thing. I didn't even wait for your tweet to come out. I went right in. Did not fuck around at all. We're taking all kinds of calls on this situation and other things. Whatever you guys want to talk about. You want to talk about the Pesky podcast? You want to talk about Tommy C and his unrequited love for me? Whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about whatever. Let's go to Giddy Up 409. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Yes, Mr. Dave. I was actually calling about the King thing.
All right.
Have y'all thought about just asking the fans, like the people that watch Catch 33?
No, because I don't care. No, because I don't care. I
Really?
don't. Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't care. Because a lot of, and I'll tell you why. Let me defend that because I can understand how that can be an abrasive statement. Let me defend it real quick, and I'll let you retort on that. The reason why I don't care is because ultimately it's irrelevant. And the reason for that being is the fans might want to see that type of train wreck, but that's not what Catch 33 is. So a lot of people who will be sounding off, they're not our fans anyway. And even if they were, really, it's a short-sighted thing to where it doesn't change anything with the trust with Keem, and it doesn't change anything with the possibility of him taking credit for everything in the future. So it doesn't seem to be a lot of point for me for that to, like, the fans don't matter in this situation because it's not about them. It's about our trust in Keem. Now, most of the time I would say fans' input on a situation like this is paramount. Not this time, because the fans have nothing to do with our personal history with Keem. And if you guys did, it would be a different story.
The only reason I brought it up was because you were saying it was a double-edged sword or whatever. Like, if he doesn't come on or if y'all decide no, y'all seem like pussies, as he put it.
Yeah.
And if he does come on, he's going to, hype itself up like he did everything.
Sure.
But if your actual people that are on your Discords and stuff like that voted to have him on, it just kind of takes away from some of that.
No, because he'll still do the same thing. He'll still do the same thing. And even if the fans vote against it and we said no, he would still call us pussies. His fans, his 12-year-olds, his 14-year-olds would still paint us as pussies. So that's why it just, public opinion in this case doesn't matter because there's no win.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no win.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I don't think y'all should, and I think Clown is kind of crazy for wanting him on there.
No, I don't think he's crazy. I can understand it. Clown likes the guy. Clown has Stockholm syndrome. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think he likes to be cut. Maybe he likes a cigarette put out in his eyeball every now and then. I don't fucking know. But hey, that's Clown.
Well, and that's a little crazy.
He can be friends with whoever he likes. I don't need to understand it. I respect Clown. Yeah. I trust Clown. So whatever. The guy, like Tommy C just said in the chat, he's already stood us up before. He can't be trusted, and he's a pussy. So I mean, that's really it.
Well, yeah, and I agree. But it also, to me as a fan, it gets the whole baited and Catch 33, the drama with Keemstar. It gets really old, really fast.
Oh God, yeah.
So, I kind of tune it out when Keem comes in to play. And even in y'all's podcast, as much as I love you guys, when Keem gets brought up, I kind of end up tuning the whole situation out because it gets pretty old.
Oh, I can understand that. This has been going on for a long time. This is an exhausting situation. But here's the thing. We're in the same community. And if a situation, obviously this applies more to Tommy than it does to me, because Tommy is a topical, everyday type of guy. If something happens with Keem, Tommy's going to talk about it. Not only because of the news, because of the personal attachment that he has to that situation. Me, it's got to be something pretty fucking special to get me involved and to get me to do things like the deletion thing.
Delete.
This thing.
Delete.
Well,
Delete.
it's sad. I actually put Keem in the same category as I'm going to say used to because she had an epiphany, but I put him in the same category as Lacey Green in a lot of situations because he's like at the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, sure.
But he, the thing about him is he always comes off, I don't know how to put it. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he's trying to stir the shit pot, I guess, to keep himself relevant.
Well, I mean, that's how he makes his money. His show is called Drama Alert. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And that's okay. The point is, Beta doesn't need Catch 33. Catch 33 doesn't need Baited. We don't. We're competitors. I think there's okay for certain crossovers. It makes sense for Clown to go there when he wants to go there. It doesn't make any sense for Keemstar to come to Catch 33. It makes absolutely no sense. There's no win. There's no long-term benefit. It's a damned if we do, damned if we don't situation. So we might as well just not do it. It just doesn't make sense to me. And you add on top of that the fact that you can't trust the fucking guy. I would need a $5,000 guarantee. That's what I would need. To even consider something, I would need him to put $5,000 of his own money into an account under Clown supervision, and if he does not fucking show up, we get that money. If he does not release his audio, we get that money. That's the only... His fucking conditions mean dick to me. He doesn't get conditions. We get conditions. We get conditions because he's the untrustworthy one, not us.
Yeah. I was going to say, how many times has he screwed people over in the past? To me, he's done the same thing that Leafy and Great has done to him multiple times.
We've offered him a platform
he did it to Clown.
We've offered him a platform before. We've offered him places to come on, and he has bitched out and then fucking, I trolled Dance, Puppet Dance. We're peasants. He says it all the time, so why the fuck does he care? Move on. Do your projects, do your things, do your axis of evil, do whatever the fuck you want. Don't need to be with Catch 33. Have a good day, Keemstar. All right, 409, I appreciate the call.
All right, thank you for having me, and have a great day, and hopefully y'all figure it out.
Oh, it's figured out as far as I'm concerned. Look, I mean, at worst, we're 2-2. I don't know. Vega doesn't seem to care either way. So it's... Like I said, I'm a big boy, and if I were to get outvoted, I would go along with it. It doesn't bother me at all. So, thank you very much. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, man. You know, maybe I came off harsh with the whole goddamn, I don't care about the fans' opinion in this, but it's just the truth. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. The fans are going to want what they want. They always will. There's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't need to dictate what we do with our podcast, what we do with our project. I love Catch 33, and I believe in it. I believe in it. And I don't want to be tied to that nonsense anymore. It's nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's obsolete. It's what it is. Let's go back to the Discord. Let's bring in Will Dillon, my man, the Gaming Fault here on YouTube. Rodimus8 on Twitter. What you got?
Hey, dude. What is, Dave? I want to talk about the Keemstar thing.
Of course you do. Everybody's going to want it. I knew that.
Well, you know yourself. And I think it's a shame because, like you said, how like the Pesky podcast, like we should all be talking about that. But yet again, Keem has to try and do something to be relevant as usual. The prick.
That's okay. That's what he does. No problem.
But the thing I've got, Dave, and I totally agree with you and Tommy, and I don't want to see you guys anywhere near him again, especially you, Dave, because a lot of people like myself, we always back you, and the same with a lot of people always back Tommy, and we've seen what Keemstar's done, and after what Keem tried to do with you, and you really put him back in his place to the point he shat it coming on your show.
Some people are going to, look, I feel I cucked him. Most people feel I cucked him. I don't think he wants any part of me. He'll just scream over me or he'll fucking yell at me. I don't give a shit. I'm not scared of him. I have logic on my side, but here's the thing. This is why I don't care anymore, because logic doesn't work. He doesn't care about logic. He doesn't care.
He wouldn't do it. And I don't think anybody would hate to, like, would actually enjoy seeing him holding this over you and Tommy.
Yeah, I don't want that. Here's the thing. I would have him on this show. I would do it in this hat. I would do it in a Pokemon hat. I would do it in a fucking bunny hat. I can fucking own him in a goddamn gay conductor hat. I can do it in fucking Stay Puft. I can do it in Pikachu. I can do it in Jake. I don't fear this guy, but I don't want to be anything to do with him with Catch 33. You know, it's not about anything else other than what I feel that this could do for our project. And I only think that it can hurt it. I really do.
I think you're doing fine the way it is. That's me. I'm only one person, Dave, but I think you guys are doing a brilliant job the way it's going.
Well, I appreciate that, buddy.
Nobody needs Keemstar. That's it.
I think Keemstar serves a purpose. I think Keemstar serves a purpose. He entertains a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm not here to demonize Keemstar as far as his worth with his fans or anything that he does in his private. I don't give a shit about that. The only thing I am here is to fucking call out the things that are relevant to this situation where he is fucked up with us in the past and what he wants to do going forward. That is it. And his relation to Catch 33. That's all I care about. Everything else is irrelevant. What the fans think, if they want him on, what he's done to other people, all that shit is irrelevant. It's what he's done to us, and it's what he has done in going forward, what he can do to us by having us on. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. No, dude, I hope things come better. Things come better for Catch 33, and that's the most important thing. To always look forward for that.
All we need. Consistency. It's all we need. That's it.
That's it, dude. No, but I'll let you get more calls in, dude, because I know there'll probably be a lot of people calling in about this.
All right, man. I appreciate it. You have yourself a good night, Will.
No worries, Dave. Thank you so much.
Take it easy. Good stuff. We are taking calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And, of course, that number, 702-751-2902, as well as the Discord. Jump on in to my waiting to call, and we'll bring you aboard. Let's go to Danny 94. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Danny. Oh, Danny boy.
Hello?
Hello, Danny. You're live with Dead on Dave. What do you got? Danny. Danny.
Hello?
Danny.
Hold on.
Are you there? God damn it, Danny.
I'm here.
Are you
there?
there?
Here I am.
All right. Are you sure?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
All right.
I'm sure.
What's today's date?
Okay. It's the day after Mother's Day. It's the 15th.
All right. Turn down my stream and then tell me what you got.
All right. I just did. I just paused it. So I want to make a really old reference to WrestleMania, and I don't know which one it was.
Can we do me a favor on this? Can we save the wrestling thing for another day? I mean, like, we got a lot of stuff happening.
Oh no, it's about the Keemstar, but it's just it's an analogy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I apologize. Go ahead.
That's okay. And like I said, I remember what year it was. I just remember watching this WrestleMania. I believe it was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus McFarlane, and they were talking back. They were talking shit to each other, and he goes, "You know what? You're just like a turd." Yeah, McFoley. I said McFarlane.
You did.
It's been a while since I watched.
That's okay.
He was talking shit to him. He goes, "You know what? You're just like a turd that you can't flush. And when you try, you just keep coming back and keep coming back." And that's Keemstar. Like, he goes and does his thing. And then when he feels like he needs attention, he comes back and he just will not go away. And I hope you guys really don't do it. But just personally, I don't trust him. And I think that you're 110% right when he doesn't get any conditions. Like, he hasn't done anything good for anybody other than Tommy and Clown, and then he wrecked that whole thing, which I think what he did to them is that's a line he shouldn't have crossed. He crossed it. They shouldn't even associate with them anymore.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more, but I can't tell Clown who he should be friends with. I can't tell Clown.
Exactly.
That's Clown. That's Clown, and I'm not going to condemn him for it. That is completely on Clown, and I don't have a problem with it because, again, I trust Clown. I may not like some of his friends, but I don't need to because I trust him. So that's all that matters to me.
And personally, it's just like, if he did that shit to me, I'd be like, no, you're gone. You're done. Whatever you have to say is irrelevant to me. I can't trust you. Right. So I just, that's a line that, I couldn't come back from. And I think the fact that Clown is so forgiving is amazing because he is a wonderful person to be friends with. Yeah. And once I found out about Catch 33 and, you going on there, I was like, yeah, because I always seen you on Tommy's show and I always seen your show. And I just thought you deserved, like a way, a great opportunity. And I thought you being with those two, it's going to blow up. Catch 33 is going to become big because it has 3 personalities who genuinely care about the community and like to have fun. You guys are there to entertain your viewers. You don't need drama to do that because you're entertaining by yourselves. Keemstar is small-minded, and I think the reason he won't come on your show is because he's smart enough to know that you'll intellectually destroy him. And if he comes on there, he knows he's guaranteed to say something stupid, and because you use big words like copious, I guarantee he doesn't know what that means.
Like, none of that means anything to me. Like, he doesn't want to have those type of conversations. That's not who he is. He wants to yell. He wants to go circular, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. It just doesn't have a place for Catch 33. Like I said, I would have him on any other platform. I would do it here live. I would do it on Catch 33 live. I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with that either. That's okay. Do him on a live show. Have him on Tommy's show. I don't give a shit. Some of us would go debate it. I don't care. But I don't want him associated with a Catch 33, and that's it. All right, Danny, I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
No problem. Take it easy. Good stuff. Let's bring in a special guest, huh? Let's bring in we got a celebrity. We got a superstar coming on. This is going to be fun. Eh? That on Dave bringing the big boys. We got Billy the Fritch here. What's going on, Billy?
What's happening, Dave?
Holy shit. I got a big-time fucking celebrity YouTuber here. What's up, pal?
The big boy. I was calling and I hear you talking about Keem and everything, and like I've known that guy for like, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years now. We go back on some completely different stuff before YouTube was really popping,
Right.
So it's like there's a good point here. I want to say this without, because he's a friend of mine. I don't want to. Let me put it this way: when the Wonder Talker threw Mick Farley off the top of the cage.
Oh, that makes my insides feel good.
James Rossi was there to make the call. I'm saying, Clown is like the James Rossi.
He is the Jerry the King lawyer of the group. Yeah.
He's the Jerry King lawyer.
No, it's an interesting thing, and I appreciate that you have a friendship with him and you don't want to bury the guy or whatever. That's completely fine. But this isn't about personal feelings with us. Like, I don't know him personally, and this is what I know, what he's done to my friends and how he's treated me personally, and what I feel he can bring to Catch 33. I just think that he will use it as a way to always hold it over us. We're damned if we do, damned if we don't. I just don't see the need to have him on Catch 33. It's just my opinion.
Well, I think he doesn't really see the need to be on Catch 33 either, but Clown was the one kind of pushing it, right?
Yeah, he was.
So that's like you guys actually agree more on this subject than you disagree. He was like, I don't want to be on. There's no reason for me to be on. You're like, he doesn't need to be on. There's no reason for him to be on.
Well, the reasons are different because for him, it's just that we're peasants and our show sucks. But we all know that our show fucking just destroys his show in quality. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not even a close second, but it's the beholder type situation. But that's Keem, and that's okay. And I have respect for him for how he protects his brand, because that's what he's supposed to do. You're a wrestling guy. I'm a wrestling guy. I think we have a little bit more of appreciation for the things that he does because we see it in proper perspective. Sometimes you got to bury the opponent. It's what you got to do.
Well, that's kind of how he got into everything. He was part of the Federation of Asshole Gamers, and he's got a history of content out there that is despicable, right? Yeah. So he's been fighting this uphill battle for almost like a better half of a decade, where people just think he's the world's biggest piece of shit. And sometimes he does stuff that absolutely like solidifies that opinion.
Yeah.
But not everybody can be perfect. And Keemstar, even though he's not perfect, even though he is a piece of shit sometimes, he wouldn't be successful if he wasn't that way, Yeah. He's taken what he has and he made it work. If Clown had Keemstar's attitude,
oh God,
I don't think Clown would be as successful, because it's a mixture of the attitude and the work ethic.
Oh, absolutely.
Clown gets where he is because he's a certain type of person.
Yeah.
You know, he puts out, and I consider Clown a friend as well. I haven't known him as long as I've known Keem, but you know, he's the sole reason I'm on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
You know, like he was pushing me to Leafy and to what's that kid's name? The lesbian looking Pyrocynical. Yeah.
Yes, one of the many lesbian looking dudes that we have here on YouTube. My God, I thought you were talking about Andy Malianakis. I was like,
I
oh,
look
shit.
like a lipstick lesbian. Like
You're
I'm pretty as shit.
You are pretty as shit.
Yeah.
You and I could have a
curls, man.
wonderful cuddle puddle. I'm telling you, man, it would be fucking glorious.
I wouldn't know whose titties to suck on.
It would just be one big giant titty suck fest, and you know it's something that we need to set up at some point. But let me, you know, I have you here, so let me ask you this, because I forgot what I was gonna say now, and I had a good question, and I'm just fucking it up because I'm starstruck and shit, and you passed me in Pokemon, and I don't know how to deal with
You're
that.
just mad that I got that 231.
Yeah,
what
the
are the
fuck,
ones
man?
you're still looking for?
I don't have a Giga Giraffe or whatever the fuck that.
Yeah, I had a nest like that up the road from my house, so I got lucky on that one.
Bitch. Yeah, I haven't got it over here in Germany yet. My daughter hatched it. I haven't hatched it. I've never seen one.
Did you get an unknown?
What's that?
Do you have an unknown?
No, I don't even know if they're over here. It might be region. I'm not sure.
They're just very rare. Like I haven't seen one either. I need a feral gator. I need an unknown. Yeah, and I think I need, I don't know what the hell else I need. I need some regional stuff.
I'm gonna get Houndour here soon. I'm walking my Houndour, so I'm gonna get Houndoom at some point. And
yeah.
I think that's it as far as evolutions go. I don't think I have anything else that I can evolve. So it really, now I'm just like, come on, Gen 3, let's fucking go.
Yeah, no, we're pretty close there to the limit of what you can get. We need to take a trip down to like Miami because they have 2 other regional exclusives down that way.
In Miami?
They get the Corsola. Yeah, they get the Corsola and the Herocross.
Oh shit. We have Herocross here. I had a chance at it once and I fucked it and I've never seen him again.
You had a Herocross?
Yeah, in Germany. But I fucked it and never saw him again. Never saw him again.
Yeah.
Pissed me off. I don't know what the hell happened. I was not happy. It was fucked up. But hey, you know, it's not to put you back on the spot with Keem at all, because I could talk Pokemon all the time with you. From a subject, just being completely objective, you know, outside looking in, what do you feel about the situation at hand? Do you think that he would be an asset to coming on Catch 33? Do you see any reason at all for the 2 podcasts to integrate?
I mean, if he was on, it's really just a matter of bringing like some sort of attention. Like everything that's had to have been said has been said, right?
Yeah,
like
ad nauseum.
it's kind of maybe it could be seen as like burying the hatchet type of thing, but I don't think
that's not going to happen. You know, that's not going to. The first thing he does, he wants conditions. I don't even want to know what his conditions are. You know, I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I don't. And honestly, I don't care. He's shown me enough to where I can't trust him. I can't trust him.
You don't have to trust him.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because you talked about how he is responsible in part for your career, but it's interesting because a lot of the people that he has done that for, he expects undying loyalty for. Do you have that same interaction with him? Do you feel that's
you mean Keemstar?
Yeah, with Keem.
Keemstar is not actually responsible. A Clown is more responsible for where I'm at on YouTube right now. No. Clown was the one that pushed me to Pyro and Leafy, and Clown was the one that introduced me to Leafy when I was fighting with him. You know, like he was the one that got me.
You were fighting with him.
He got us cool. Like he put us on the same page. So like I owe a lot to Clown.
I thought you said Keem, because
no, that was
you don't want to owe something
Colossal,
to Keem, yeah.
Well, Keem actually talked about pushing an album of mine back in like 2011. We were gonna strike a deal early on, and he was gonna help promote me as a rapper. I met him through a different website that we were a part of. I was actually there live during the Alex is a stupid
that was fun times.
N-word thing. Yeah, no, Alex is a good friend of mine. I've hung out with him on multiple occasions.
Oh, I lost you, Billy. Uh-oh.
was like, I did not like the way that went down.
No, it was. I lost you for a second there, buddy. I had a little bit of a Skype dropout.
Yeah, no, it's just that I've went through my phase of thinking Keemstar was a despicable person, right?
Right.
And then I got to the point where he is a person, and nobody thinks they're the villain, right? Nobody thinks they're the bad guy. Mm-hmm. Keemstar thinks that he works very hard and doesn't get the credit he deserves.
But how much credit does he possibly want? Because I think a lot of his critics, me included, Tommy included, we give him the credit for his work ethic. We give him the credit for his success. What we don't give him credit for is how he fucking treats people, which he continues to prove us right over and over again.
Yeah.
I could never see treating people the way he does. And I don't see you ever treating anybody that way. And you're a pretty fucking big guy yourself, and both metaphorically and, literally, you're a big fucking guy. You could treat people like shit if you wanted to. I say it all the time. I think you and Andy Melinakis are the two most genuinely good fucking people on this entire platform. It's just, you don't have to be the way Keem is to people to be successful. I think you prove that.
I think Keem might have to be that way, though, because of the type of person he is. He might have to be short with people. He might not be able to give people the benefit of the doubt and see it their way, because his way is so, blunt. His method of execution is so cutthroat that he can't second guess himself. He doesn't have time to. I'm not saying that is the way it is, but I can kind of see that in the way he operates. Act now, think later.
Yeah, he's very impulsive.
I think that's gotten him in trouble sometimes, but it's also honed him into being the person he is that can create content on the spot that feeds into his fan base. He's got a fan base that started out as 11 and 12-year-olds 7-8 years ago, that are now young adults that have been following him for over almost a decade, right? So he's got to keep them entertained, and he's got to be quick, because one thing he has is longevity in the public eye, despite being having these situations come into play that should be career enders. The way the Alex video went out, I was surprised he came back from that the way he did. The video the guy who he called a pedophile, the gamer guy, he called a pedophile, that was the wrong guy, and the guy was crying. I felt
he's
bad
had a
for
lot
Keem
of
when
these
I
game
saw that.
vendors, man. I mean,
your
boy Leafy. I mean, Leafy and Grade. What happened with that situation? And every
he comes
time,
back and.
But
I
you
don't
notice
know
how
if
he
could
does
come
it, though.
back if he was a different person.
But you know how it always seems he has the same way. He always has people who come to his defense and kind of help, either like with Tommy and Clown did, humanize him. Tommy and Clown are the first people, I think, that have ever humanized Keemstar to a mass amount of people. And then what does he do? He fucks them. He fucks them as soon as the moment became opportune. He tries to destroy both of them. Clown was just more forgiving. Tommy, he ain't got time for that shit.
I'm not sure if he wanted to destroy Clown. To this day, he still wants to work with him, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they have a mutual respect. I definitely think that Keemstar believes he gave Tommy a huge gift by just letting him be a part of Baited, and he feels like, he felt like he wanted more appreciation, and he didn't really trust Tommy early on, because of the Tommy kept asking for certain things that, Keemstar felt like, I'm already giving you so much. So that kind of put him off early on. And that set up a bad relationship with them for a long time. But because Clown and Tommy had that pact early on, Keemstar knew that if he got rid of Tommy, he was getting rid of Clown. So he kind of felt like it was 2 against 1. And even though his won monetarily and had more power than those two guys, he kind of felt like he was a lone soldier most of the time against them with the product they were putting out.
There's some truth
that's
to
not
that.
healthy.
there is some truth to that, but there's also some discrepancies there. You and I, we need to have a conversation one time and trade notes, because there's like a few interesting, because I was privy to all of that, because I've known Tommy 10 years. So obviously, you've known Keem for a long time. I've known Tommy for a long time. So we're going to have some obvious biases that we may not be able to look past. That's completely okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I can look past it all, so I have no problem having this conversation.
I like to think the same way.
Keem and I have known each other for a long time. You know, we've been acquaintances, we've been friends. But like at the same time, I'm not like his bestie or anything. Right. I like the guy. I think he's funny. I felt bad for him when things happened, like with that old pedophile guy, when it was on the front page, or the guy he claimed was a pedophile was on the front page of Reddit, and the whole internet was like, this guy's a monster, Keemstar, fuck you, Keem. I felt bad. I thought his career was over, and I was like, damn, he's been putting in work for a long time, and this was a couple years ago or a year ago or whatever.
I felt bad for the victim. I didn't feel bad for Keem.
Everybody felt bad for the victim, though, right?
Yeah.
Like Keemstar made a terrible mistake there, and it looked like his career was going to end on that mistake. And maybe that's a good thing in some people's eyes, but it didn't end.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised. At that point in time, I thought I was seeing an end of an era. He doesn't quit.
He does not quit.
And I think that says a lot for why he's successful. And I think that he can't be the nice guy. You said that Andy and I are genuine people and that we can be successful with that. I don't think Keemstar could be the successful in the way he is by being a nice guy. I think he needs to be that abrasive,
I think there's a line,
type A
though.
personality.
I think there's a line. I think that you could be that type of
we all
businessman,
draw,
but
we
you
all
don't gotta
draw
destroy
our own
people,
lines.
man. I mean, like
we
the lengths that he
we
went
all draw
to,
our own lines.
Fair enough. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair end to go to on that. I mean, everybody has their own lines of acceptability, and I think that's completely fair. It's just
I wouldn't want you to cross your lines. I wouldn't want to cross my lines.
No,
Keem, he'll just redraw the line.
Yeah, and that
he doesn't give a shit.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. He's like, fuck that line. I'm moving it here. Deal with it. And you got to decide if you can deal with it or not. That's what makes him
successful.
I guess
that's what makes him successful.
Yeah.
You can't knock success. You can't knock success after it's been around so long, right? Like, once people accept it, once you have a fan base, even if it's the most despicable, grossest thing, you hate it, like, some people love it, and you kind of have to respect that.
Right.
Like, is Keemstar a terrible guy? I don't think so. I feel like he's created a lot of, like, he'll take full credit for a lot of careers, right?
Oh, God, he takes credit for everything, yeah.
But, I mean, he has given a pathway for a lot of people to succeed, and a lot of people don't want to give him the credit he wants, so he doesn't feel like he's getting credit
because
at all.
He wants all credit. He doesn't want appropriate credit. He wants max fealty. He wants motherfuckers on the knees. It seems like most of the time, and I think that's a little fucking extreme.
Well, it is extreme, but he is one of those people that wants to win. He's a winner, right?
Right.
I think Leaf's the type of guy too who wants to win, and that's what made their falling out so like newsworthy, noteworthy, magnificent.
Let me put you on the spot since you're here. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Fuck this, because when will I have this fucking opportunity? Is this Axis of Evil podcast happening? What is this? Because I have a hard time believing this is ever going to happen, because I think Great and Leafy would have to eat a lot of shit to be able to have him back in their lives and do a podcast with him. What's happening with this, Billy?
They've been talking about it for a few months, actually, and I've definitely talked to. Like, I heard about it from Leafy before I heard about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So is it gonna happen? It very well could. Do I see it happening? I have no idea. I know Leafy he's been like moving, busy, and he's been on something else. But money talks, and those three guys, they like money.
They do like
more
money.
than they like money more than they like to hate each other, right?
But
like,
will their egos allow Keem to claim victory, which he's already done unbated? He has said them coming on and coming to him and asking him to do a podcast is ultimate victory. Is that something that you, knowing at least Leafy well, is that something that they can accept?
It's something It's not a deal breaker.
Oh, wow.
Because I feel like Leafy, you know, he would give Keem the battle in order to win the war, right? So
that's an interesting way to look at it. Okay.
I think he thinks of it as like a chess move, right? Because the one thing about Leafy, everybody says, you know, his content's repetitive, la da da da. They want to talk him down for everything he does.
Sure.
But he puts a whole lot of thought and effort into what he does, and it might
first
not
time I've heard
translate.
That is not the first.
It might
time
not
I've heard
translate
that.
to something that's fresh and innovative, but he's always thinking of the next move.
This is one of those sacrifice the queen to get the checkmate type moves.
And I don't think he thinks of it personally as a loss, right?
Right.
Like, he doesn't think of it the way Keemstar thinks of it. But it's undeniable. I've had a ton of conversations with those three guys. It's me, Keem, Leafy, and Grade A on a call. And we will add Clown in sometimes. We'll add all types of people sometimes.
Right. Yeah, you talk to everybody, man. You do it all.
I just happened to be in the middle of it, right? Like, right. It was weird. I happened to know Keem from way before. And like when Leafy and Keemstar first had a connection after this falling out, like after they did the baited and everything, they were not cool. And then they just talked to each other one night. And then the next call, he brought me in on the call. And we had a long conversation. I think it went like something 13 hours total with different people coming in and out. Like, we had Zoe Berger, we had Clown, we had Grady Andre. It was deep. It was just a crazy call.
You're like the Jay Leno of fucking YouTube, man. You just talk to everybody. It's just you talk to everybody.
I just happened to be in some calls, right? It just happened to work out that way. But like these calls were so entertaining and so fun, and everybody in the call was having a good time. Like, if we would have recorded these things and we could have broken them up into like 30, 40 podcasts, and they would have all been entertaining and listenable, because everybody's just bullshitting. These are people that people already want to view, right?
Right.
Like these calls have millions and millions and millions and millions of subscribers all totaled up, right? We're talking huge numbers, like half a PewDiePie.
Oh, I can imagine, right?
and it's just genuine fun stuff. These guys know they enjoy talking to each other still, even if they have that history. And there was times on the call where it got kind of fucked. Like Leafy would say something to Keemstar. He's like, "So Keem," because like, you know, YouTube's kind of been falling to shit, right?
It's been a little bit. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. I haven't been affected at all.
So Calvin will be sitting here, we'll be talking about YouTube and everything and how things are falling apart. And Calvin will say to Keemstar, "So Keemstar, what's the biggest, like, what's the hardest thing that you've had to deal with on YouTube so far?" Because Keemstar's got a history, and Keem just like goes silent. He's like, "Are you fucking serious, dude?" and then Leafy's like, oh yeah, shit.
Leafy's got some balls, man. I do like Leafy.
I don't think he was even thinking of it though. He was just like honestly trying to but it's because like in the moment he forgot that they even had that fight because the conversation was so good.
Everybody was just having fun. Everyone, it seems to be just having a good time. That seems to be forgotten a lot, man. Like, nobody seems to be having fun anymore. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I think that's the driving force behind them wanting to do that podcast, because they just when they're together and they're bullshitting, their opinions are strong. They don't talk over each other. You know, you don't have a lot of that. They don't, like, at least on these private calls. So if they got that attitude out in a podcast, I know they could do it. Like, I've heard these. I've heard them. I've been there live for these things, right? I'm like the only viewer for a podcast that would get like 500,000 views right off the bat.
A podcast for Billy, starring everybody.
Yeah. And it's like listening to them do it there. I know that it could work if they did it. The whole thing is lining each other up, and like you said, there's egos involved. But I think they're past the egos because they know how much fun they have just BSing, you know.
But it's got to be about the fun. I think if it becomes about money or becomes about ego, the whole thing falls apart. But I think you're right. If they have fun, I mean,
even Grady Andre is probably the one that's making the least amount of money out of the three of them, and they're all doing pretty well, right?
I would say so,
like
yeah.
but they've had some great numbers, some great views. They've made some great money. So it's not going to be about the money necessarily, because like the money's going to be a side effect, right? These three guys get together and do this. They're going to get paid.
Oh, God,
it might not be like the peak of their careers, but it's just going to translate to money.
It could be something new. It could be something completely new. It doesn't have to even live on YouTube. I think they have fan bases that will travel if they wanted to go to another platform. But that's, to me, it all comes down to, will it actually work? Which I don't know. I mean, it's from what you're saying, it seems like it very well could if they have fun with it.
I could see it working, but there's also the other thing that getting them all together to do a podcast it's going to be hard. These
over
calls,
under 6 months of this happening. Over under 6 months.
If it doesn't happen in the next 6 months, it's never going to happen.
Okay.
Right? Like because they could push it off forever. Like it should have started. I don't want to say 6 months ago, but it should have started like 3 months ago. That's when they first started talking about it.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
So like it's definitely something that could work. It's just a matter of them all being on the same page and taking the time to sit back and record. I know Keemstar's a busy guy. Leafy keeps himself busy, and Great Andre keeps himself busy. So these calls were only happening because everybody was like in the middle of working on a video or something, and they'd call, and then 3-4 hours later they're like, fuck, I gotta get to my video. But then we'd start talking about something else, and they would just keep talking, and there would be like these marathon conversations.
I could see how that could easily freaking happen. That's insane, man. That seems like a lot of fun. Now that side of Keem, that is something I've never seen. So I would be very interested in seeing that. I just don't know if it could happen, but it'll be interesting if it does.
Those guys, they like to discuss topics, right? It's fun. That's what they do in their videos. They're commentary people.
Sure.
So when they get together with somebody who is, equally opinionated on things, it just goes. It just rolls. And I could see if they could ever just decide to turn the microphones on and record, it would be an easy thing for them to do. They had the chemistry still there from way back in the day when they were originally friends.
Yeah.
The falling out, it split them up. But I think
what would you classify them as now? Would you classify them as friends again? How would you describe the relationship?
They remember that they enjoyed each other's conversation.
This is some insightful shit, Billy. I gotta be honest, man. I'm fucking captivated.
Yeah, no, it's weird because I wasn't a part of the falling out, right? Like I just wasn't a part of YouTube when all that went down. I wasn't there when Baited started. I got pulled in to this whole scene in like August, September of last year, and I've kind of had to catch up with all the drama, and then a new drama came about. Like when I was starting to get into it, was YouTube was starting to mess with ads. YouTube was trying to kill off the commentary community because it was a juggernaut. These guys were making money hand over fist, talking shit about little kids. So like YouTube wanted to clean that up, and right now we're feeling the effects of it. And it sucks that I got in a little too late. If I would have got in 3-4 months earlier, I probably would have been making some sweet cake. Right. I had like a good month of like that top earning power, and then it was like, suck it. I was like,
you caught the ass end of it, man. You didn't even get into any attitude area, man. Shit, you got that ruthless aggression shit. You made ruthless aggression money. You didn't make that attitude era money. The fuck, man.
I feel like who was Cena's tag partner in the rap group, Bull Buchanan, B3 or whatever, or B2.
That's a deep cut, Billy. That is a fucking deep cut. Holy shit. You want to make a 3-count reference next? Holy shit. Amazing.
Well, it's because Cena went on to be the man, and Bull Buchanan, he just...
Buchanan.
He was gone.
I'm not even sure he's still alive.
Oh, yeah, I think he is.
He might be.
I don't want to... You could flip a coin these days.
Yeah, right. Shit. Outside of 40, you never fucking know. Man, I hear all the time you and I need to do stuff together, man. You and I need to sit down and do something wrestling related, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. My first wrestling event, I was 12 years old, 12 years old, and it was a WWF live show. And the entire card, every match except one, one of the wrestlers is dead now, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And the one match for my first show that has both wrestlers alive is Goldust and X-Pac. And X-Pac and Goldust both were at the darkest times of their career not too long ago, and it was a close one for either of those guys, I would say. So it's like to see that and think back of my childhood, all those people that I looked up to, like, gone. You know, I Bam Bam Bigelow, I think, was against.
I'm gonna interview his son at some point.
Nice.
I got his son on Facebook. I'm gonna have him on.
The main event was Diesel versus Yokozuna. I loved it, man. That turned me on. I was a fan of wrestling before that, but that live event made me want to be a pro wrestler. You know, that's when I went and started my trajectory. I went and got trained for a little bit. You know,
this is a conversation I want to have with you at fucking length, because I've heard these stories, but I don't know the entire thing. So one day we got to sit down. We got to do a podcast. Something. You got to let me interview you or some shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, you heard it. That's a verbal fucking agreement. You guys heard him. You heard him right here.
It's a contract. It's gonna be me, you, and Mick Farley.
You're exactly Mick Farley and Jim Russo calling the action. It'll be fucking amazing, dude. Look, I want to I want to end the show. I'm going to take a couple callers. I appreciate you coming on so much, man. I think you offered a really interesting perspective, brother.
Yeah, no, I had definitely had something to put in my 2 cents on the situation. I know a perspective a lot of people don't see, and I know exactly where you're coming from on the other side of that, because I was where you were at 7 years ago after the whole Alex is a stupid.
I don't hate him. I just don't want to deal with him. You know, I just I don't see the point of dealing with him.
I used to think he was a terrible person, but then I got to know him, and you know, he's capable of greatness, and he's capable of being a dick sometimes, you know, and being a bad dude. And you got to choose which one you want to focus on. And I focus on the fact that, you know, he's pumping out content and staying relevant for a decade in this internet world, and he's made himself an empire, and he's made himself a nice little chunk of change. That's something I admire. Like
admiration is one thing, trust is another. You know, it's like admiration is there, but
trust. I'm Stone Cold Steve Awesome over here. Don't trust anybody.
You always want your butthole.
Don't trust.
You gotta do, man.
Exactly.
I don't who's gonna fuck with you anyway? Nobody wants to fuck with you.
I'll stand on my own 2 feet.
You're right.
I don't need to trust Keemstar to enjoy him. And
fair
I
enough,
think knowing that he's capable of fucking me over only gives me more information on him to enjoy the rest of him, right?
I think that's the most prudent thing that you said. I think it's the most important thing. You don't have to trust him to be a fan of him, but I think to work with him in the capacity that he brought up on Twitter, remember, he brought that up on Twitter, trust has to be involved. You know,
I've almost been on Baited twice since
You'd
Clown
be great on
and
Baited.
I mean, he was talking about having me as a co-host 2 times. I was up. It was me and Sky Williams when he brought in Andy and Anything for Views. The 4 of us were up for that spot, and you know, he ended up going with Andy and Anything for Views, which I think was a good call view wise. Like those guys have a base. Like Andy, I've been following Andy. Andy actually goes back with Keemstar 7 years ago as well. Like we all met on the same website.
Oh, really?
And Andy had Keemstar blocked on Twitter for like over half a decade because of some shit that went down back in 2010, 2011.
Oh, shit.
And they had a total falling out. And only over the last year or so have they mended that. And so like seeing Andy work with Keem again is like a blast from the past for me. I've been following Andy since before he had his MTV show. I've been a fan of his since I stumbled on his videos before he was on Kimmel. Like I was part of the internet way back in the day, so I found him early on. I love that guy. And then, you know, Anything for Views, he's got a whole different crowd that I think Keemstar crafted this Baited podcast. If not for the content, like what he did curating these different like
personalities.
These personalities, like their fan base, like.
Well, do you find it interesting that their fan bases don't seem to have traveled over? I mean, Baited's not doing the numbers that it did with Clown Tommy, 2 very smaller guys, and I've always contested that it's because it's not Baited anymore. It could be a perfectly fine show, but it's not what people signed up for.
Well, it's
Their fan bases haven't come over. I don't know if Keem is for them. You know what I mean? That could be a problem.
It's definitely not the old Baited, and the old Baited also was riding a wave of like this whole Leafy is here Fallout thing.
Yes, that's true.
It had its own base narrative, its own storyline, and it existed. It was like the Attitude Era, you said, right? People wanted to tune in and see Stone Cold and The Rock. They wanted to tune in and see Keemstar and Clown talk about Leafy, and Clown's like, no, those are my boys.
Right.
You know, they're too sweet me, bro. Too sweet me. Leafy's still my guy. Like that had its own storyline. And now that they split off, there hasn't been anything really worth buying into anyways. So whether or not the show is as good as it was, it doesn't have that underlying narrative that drives it. Other than the new narrative split off, which is one of the most interesting things going on in this commentary community, is the fact that Tommy and Clown and Keemstar aren't cool anymore. That's what was holding this whole commentary community together. That, and I think who was the I always forget the names. The kid that was the sociopath.
Oh, Zaptai.
Yeah, Zaptai.
The Zapper. Oh man, we got a Zaptai reference. Holy shit, that's better than the Bull Buchanan reference.
But it's like that I think some Onision stuff and then the Catch 33 and Baited Fallout. That's been what this community's been kind of driven on. Like, you can say like Tana or whatever. That's like Tana Manganu or whatever. That's an outside thing. She's not really commentary community.
No, but
so
iDubbbz got involved with that, and that made it a big deal. So you know.
Oh yeah. Well, iDubbbz turns everything he does into gold, you know?
Right. I mean, look what he did for Max fucking Mofo, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Made Pokemon cool again. Fuck.
I forgot that PewDiePie had a little bit to do with this commentary blow up recently, too. but there was a drought there at the turn of the year where everything was baited and Catch 33 related as far as the commentary community having anything worthwhile of talking about. So
I think there's a place for both of our podcasts. I think Catch 33 has a place. I think we have our own unique audience, and I think we will grow as long as we can ever get consistent. But, you know, working with Clown, that's something you always have to worry about. And Baited is always going to have their core fan base, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't mean we have to integrate, at least not for Keem coming on the Catch 33. He had his if he wanted to be on with us, he had his chance before, and he fucking bitched out and then said it was a troll. I mean, come on, how can we trust him after? You know what I mean? Like, he did not look good in that situation. And I think
what it comes down to, what it really comes down to is Clown's the person to talk to about this, because he seems to be the only one that really wants Keem to come on the show.
Yeah. Well,
like
fucking Clown has Stockholm syndrome. It's like, it's unbelievable. Like, Clown is like the most forgiving person I've ever met in my life.
Well, I think Clown also knows that the dynamic that him and Keem have it's nostalgia, right? It's like
it is special.
It's if Leafy was The Rock versus Stone Cold, then maybe Clown and Keemstar are like, I don't know,
Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Okay, yeah, that's a good one too. That's
but it's because it's the later on in the evolution of what is the commentary community.
The evolution. I see what you did there with Batista. Very well done, sir.
But it's really hard to see why Keemstar should be on the show. If he doesn't want to be on, you don't want him on. Tommy doesn't want to be on, but Clown does. I'm almost sure it's because Clown knows that nostalgia is a driving force for entertainment.
Yeah.
And he wants a little piece of that on Catch 33.
It would be a short burst. It would be a short burst.
It would be a short burst, but it's like when he goes over to the Baited, like he sees that sometimes maybe ignite a little bit, the nostalgia ignite a little bit, and he probably just wants a little piece of that on his property, right? His intellectual property. That's like saying we're gonna have WCW invade the WWE. But it's all on WWE television. It doesn't go back to WCW ever. So who's getting the rub back?
Yeah, I don't feel it would be a rub. I really don't. I feel it would bring more problems than it would solutions, and I don't think we'd get a good episode. That's the biggest thing. I don't think that it would just be screaming, and then there's a good chance if we make Keem look anywhere near bad, he won't release his audio. He's done it before.
Yeah.
He'll do it again. And it just seems like there's too many negatives to take that risk, you know? So that's where I am with
Isn't more problems good though? Didn't Biggie Smalls say more problems, more money?
Maybe. I don't know. Not for me. My heart can't deal with this, Billy. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack on the air, Billy. Can't deal with it.
That's views. You have a heart attack on the air. We get that screen cap, put a video on demand, get a lot of views.
I'm glad that you see my death as a fucking view machine. I appreciate that.
Hey, if you gotta die, somebody should make money off it.
Exactly. You know, hopefully my wife. I'm hoping it would be my wife. We'll see. All right. Well, look, Billy, I appreciate it, man. I'm going to end this thing because we've been going for 2 hours. I'm going to try and get a couple last people in. Again, I appreciate you coming on so much, and I hope we'll talk again soon.
I'm sure we will, Dave. You have a good one.
You too, brother. I appreciate it. Fucking Billy the Fridge, man. Fucking Billy the Fridge on My Peasant Show. Fuck you, Tommy C. I'm done. I quit. I don't know if you heard that or not. Billy the Fridge and I are getting married and we're moving to Boca Raton, and I don't need any of you anymore. I'm done. I quit. I retire. It's fucking over, son. I lost my thing. That was great. That was really good having him on. Interesting perspective. Don't know if I agree with all of it, but a very interesting perspective. It's hard to follow Billy. It is hard to follow Billy, and I don't even know if we should. We've been on for an hour and 45 minutes. I think we've had a great show. Let's get the last two people who are in Discord in real fast, and then we're going to get out of here. I know Tommy NC 2010 was trying to call in. If he's still around, call in, Tommy. I wasn't avoiding your call. I had Billy the fucking Fridge on. Real quick, Sniper Lord, I appreciate you waiting around as long as you did. Do you got anything for me?
Oh, hello.
Hello. Don't bring us down. We're running on a high. I need you to be quick. Be quick. Some quickness.
All right. Sorry. It's just I'm new to this thing, so please.
Fair enough. And now you got to follow Billy the Fridge. So.
yeah, I get it. I understand. Billy the Fridge is a big YouTuber, so I understand how big this conversation was. So I couldn't stop thinking about when you did in the beginning about Keemstar, you know, and my opinion was if he should come to Catch 33 or not. And my opinion is he should. And for the reason why is I know many people say no, he shouldn't come. And like you said, there's no reason for him to come because you don't trust him.
Right.
Because, you know, he fucked you up once, especially Tommy and Colossal. But I think the reason is, you know, just to get it done with, because Keem, believe it or not, he's just continuously talking shit about you every time Colossal is on the Basic podcast, just milking it for views.
And then he says that we can't keep his name out of our mouth. That will never change. Change. This will not end anything.
Yeah, I understand. But the thing is that don't you think it's a little bit, you know, overrated already? Because people are getting tired. Like I'm one of the person that got tired of just hearing this how can I say, this fight between you two. Like I just am tired already. I just want to see something interesting. Like the DeFranco episode that you all did, it was pretty fucking amazing. I can say I loved everything about the conversation and the editing. You, especially you, Dave, you had a lot of ideas.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And also, I had a thing of why Keem, you know, screwed up Tommy and Colossal. I think he had some sort of a plan. I'm not sure, just a fucking theory. But remember when Leafy and Great screwed it over as a business decision or whatnot? Yeah, I think he did the exact same, like to Colossal and Tommy.
Oh, he absolutely did. He made up a fucking thing to get out of it.
Sorry for cutting out. But when he won the battle, like he had nothing else to do because Baited was based on the Leafy and Great fight because he was always talking shit about them and always referencing them in every episode as I've seen it. And I'm surprised he even got a sponsor, by the way, after all of that.
Right.
And when that was over, he was seeing that I even checked some of the videos after the fight, and it wasn't getting as many views as it was during that period. So you wanted a new spotlight, a new juicy theme, a new drama to draw attention to get more money for the channel. If you understand what I mean.
Oh, that didn't work out, did it? I mean, now it gets less views than ever.
I think he actually planned to kick only Tommy because, like Colossal, I think said, or I'm not sure, he tried to kick Tommy from the third episode, right?
Yeah.
So I think he just started to try to kick Tommy. I think he didn't account for was, something like a pact, like Keem said, they made between Colossal.
He knew
and Tommy,
about
like,
the pact. There's so much that doesn't work with those type of theories. One, he went after Clown first, even before he went after Tommy. He went after Clown with the whole money thing, which he tries to deny now, but there was definitely something there with it.
I honestly agree with the 33.333%. Because
I'm sorry, Keem deserved the biggest share of that, but I don't want to rehash all of that. That's all fucking.
I really think
ancient.
Colossal should get a bigger share than Keemstar, because he was actually, believe it or not, the star of the show.
That's insane. No, that's insane.
It's not insane.
It is. Numbers don't lie, man. At the time, fucking Clown wasn't even 100,000 subscriber YouTuber.
I understand.
Keem was a 1.5 million. No, the numbers don't work.
So what?
It does not.
So
no,
what?
well, the numbers dictate your worth.
It,
Numbers dictate what you bring to the table determines the percentage of what you get. That's how business works, man. I mean, it's the fact that it's crazy that Clown was so adamant about us all having an equal share with Catch 33. I was against that because I don't feel I didn't earn that. I haven't earned that. I ain't bringing that shit to the table. I brought nobody. They gave me viewers. They gave me subscribers. I didn't deserve 33. And ended up being 25 because we ended up putting that in. Well, and I appreciate that. But from a business standpoint, fundamentally, and just my business practices mindset, I don't agree with it. It's just, I took it because I was not going to disrespect Clown. He was very adamant about it. So I understand where he's coming from. I just don't agree with it. I'll never agree with it. I think it's how business works.
Yeah, I understand because I'm not keen on business. Of course, you and Tommy and Colossal are known very well on the business
Well, no,
side.
to me, it's just fundamentals. If you've been working for 10 years and you get a fan base of 1.5 million subscribers and you bring in a guy who has 1,000 subscribers and a guy who has 90,000 subscribers, well, you deserve a bigger slice of the pie than those two guys.
Yeah. But believe it or not, Colossal did most of the work. Like, he did most of the talk. I believe he was one of the least logical persons on YouTube, no offense. Because Keemstar now has become so egotistic, even during the baited season 1 era, you could say. He was so egotistic about everything. He was talking about himself. He said he was the best or whatever, which was a bad negative thing about it. So everyone knows that, boo-hoo, that Keem is egotistic. But still, you have to admit,
Sniper, hey, I appreciate all the points, man, but I'm trying to get up out of here.
I
I've been out for
understand.
2
You're running
hours,
out of
brother.
time.
And I told you,
Yeah.
like 2 minutes, buddy, and you keep going. So I love you, and I appreciate it. But call back in and we'll talk some more, okay, pal? I'm going to take a couple of calls and we'll get out of
you
here.
can call others. Other people are more important than me right now.
No, that's not what it is. I just that you keep going. So I love you. Call in next time. We'll get some more, okay,
I'm
buddy?
completely new to this thing. I'm actually first time being on YouTube. Hello,
Well,
everyone.
good job, man.
Have a good day.
All right, buddy. Whew. All right. Speaking of people who never stop talking, let's bring in Tommy NC 2010. You fucking mush puff. You never call me anymore. You don't call. You don't write. You just fucking. You just look at you. Look at you laying there like Chris Farley. Are you still alive? Are you breathing? Do I got to put a mirror in front of your face? You're not saying anything. I'm getting worried. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, buddy?
Dude, hey, I support you all the time.
When was the last time you gave me a blowjob?
Hey, I gave you a blowjob this morning when I tweeted out to your asses this morning.
Yeah, that weird fucking goddamn tweet that you said about us being a sandwich. What the fuck is wrong with you? And now he's dying. He's dying on the fucking stream.
The one thing is I gotta say about the subject you're talking about with this whole thing with Keemstar. Keemstar's done me wrong too, Dave. He's been an asshole to me. He has sat there and waited to throw darts at my head, accusing me of not having a disability, acting like an asshole, calling me an autist. The guy is a prick. The guy's an asshole.
Well, that's notwithstanding. Look, we can recount the many crimes of Keemstar all day long. To me, that's all in the past. The only thing that matters to me is this current situation with Catch 33. I mean, I don't want to bury the guy for things that are in the past. What he did to you was wrong, but you also forgave him, though. You forgave him and you fucking wanted him on your show and all that stuff. So, I mean, you get into the bed with the devil. You can't complain about getting stuck with his penis dick. You know what I'm saying, Tommy? It's just like you got the penis dick, but you got in the bed with the devil. You knew what you were getting into. You're a big boy.
Yeah, well, if he calls me, I'll tell you what. If he calls me, an autist, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him a dyslexic gnome.
Fair enough, Tommy. Fair enough, buddy.
Dave, I gotta say, I love what you've been doing with Catch 33, and I love what you guys have been doing. And I guess what the thing is, I guess maybe have him on the show, but if he feels like there's too much he's trying to get out of it, just tell him to go frig off, you goof.
There's nothing there is no interest there for me. And there's too many other ways that we could do this. Doesn't need to go to Catch 33. I don't need his hands on this project. I don't need his fingerprints. I don't need for him to be able to go, look what I did for you. Now, see, once again, the touch of God. Fuck that. I don't need it. I don't want it. there's absolutely no purpose for it. Let him do him. Let us do us. And that's it. That's all. That's it. That's it.
I even challenged him to
you challenge everybody. You've challenged everybody, Tom. You challenge Brock Lesnar every fucking week, dude.
Brock Lesnar's just too scared because
that's what it is. That's what it is. That you're right. He must be. He's shivering with fear. It's that mustache. It's that mustache of fucking doom. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is, Tom.
I'm so sexy, because I'm just too sexy. I'm the prototype of sexiness.
Yes, you are. Tommy, I appreciate the call, buddy. You have yourself a good night. You got any final words before I get you out? Stop. Nobody can see you. You're only fucking me, dude.
Folks, you're watching the Dead on Dave show, the man of copious notes. The man eats notes and then he fecals out notes because he's so copious. He has so much in his plate because he's just the copious one, Dead on Dave. He wears so many hats that he gets hat rash. But you know what? I still love the guy. If I met the guy in person, I'd still hug him so tight until he couldn't move.
I don't know what to say. I'm in awe. Thank you, Tommy. Stop doing that with your eyebrows. It's fucking disconcerting. Thanks, buddy. You have yourself a good night. Take it easy. Good stuff. Tommy NC 2010, everybody. Well, we've had ourselves a fucking night, haven't we? I think it's been a successful endeavor. Look, whether you disagree or you agree with how I view this entire Catch 33 situation, I appreciate your input, and I would like to hear from you if you think that we should have him on or not. But honestly, at the end of the day, it really does come down to what you can personally trust and how much you're willing to eat. I just like the amount of shit that we'd have to fucking shovel into our mouths does not seem worth it for me. So it's just something that I don't think it's necessary. I think we've put it to bed. I think most people are tired of this. I think most people are sick to death of this situation. I don't think there's a need for it because this is not a situation that is born out of serious, real big shit. It's all petty bullshit. Some of it's miscommunication, some of it's misinformation, some of it's blown out of proportion, but it's all rather petty shit that grew into something that ended a project. But it's created two others in a sense. And there's no reason why we can't continue on and just enjoy what we have. We don't need to have him on. It doesn't seem to make sense for me. But like I said, over and over and over, if it happens and the rest of the team wants it, I have no problems with having him on. I'd much rather do it in a live format so we can't pull his audio or anything like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I want to thank Billy the Fridge for coming on, man. Fucking blessing this rustic little humble fucking shit show that I got going on. I appreciate it. Ace Trainer Liam, I still love you. I still love you. Just because Billy is gorgeous doesn't mean that you have not ever stopped being my mush puff. And I love you. Billy the Fridge, Ace Trainer Liam for being in the chat the whole time. I appreciate you. Everybody else, thank you guys so much. Captain Kirsch in there doing her gym thing. Tommy NC 2010 calling in. Everybody who's putting some input in this episode, I greatly appreciate. And hopefully you had a fun time bullshitting with me. And I'm going to bed. It's midnight. I'm exhausted. My wife's home. Maybe I'll be able to give her a little tickle pickle and then I'm going to sleep. Thank you very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Production. You guys are awesome. We will see you next time. Keep it copious, folks. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends like Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, who does the theme songs here, right here on Dead on Day Productions. He does Morning Light and so many others. Go check him out in the description box. Amazingly talented rapper. Jeff the Huff Huffman, who hates me probably, but you know what? I want to stick his chin up my ass. And everybody else who does stuff. Guncannon does my graphics. All these wonderful people. Go check them out. They're on my featured channels list. And peace. See you next time. Get out of here. Go to bed. Go masturbate. See you guys. Watch some wrestling, for Christ's sake. Raw's coming on in 2 hours. Go watch it. I'm going to bed. I'll catch you tomorrow. See you next time. Peace. Here's your